Hello friends, welcome back to another key unboxing. So, if you recall last week, we went to Gamestarg and I put up half my order, which was the 10 indie keys. Well, we still have some more to go, but I needed to do the monthly summary for October, so therefore I carried over the rest of my Gamestarg order to the following week, which would be this episode. So, last week, well, we'll get to that in the end. If you didn't see the video, last week we did 10 indie keys. We paid $29.71 for the entire order, and I got 10 indie keys, 3 of the Steam random key times 3s, so 9 of these keys basically. And I got 5 premium random Steam keys, which are these right here. So we'll look at each of these two so you can see what they are. But we got this one last week, and the entirety of our order was about $30. So if you want to see the summary of what we got last week and you don't feel like watching the video, well, you can check out the spreadsheet. Just go back to the end of October. There's a little bit of a discrepancy in how the prices worked out because I did not relist the $30 that I spent. I just left it in October. It'll average out over the course of the year, so I wasn't terribly worried about it. But that one doesn't have a price, so October is going to be a little higher on what we spent, and November is going to be a little lower based on what we spent versus number of keys that we got. So October is going to look a little worse. November is probably going to look a lot better. So just keep that in mind while you're looking at it. So the premium random Steam keys, and the reason I broke it up is this one's going to take a little while. There's a lot to go over. So we got 5 of these. Low price, higher price is guaranteed when purchasing, considering the base price on Steam. Now I'm doing this during the middle of the Steam Halloween sales, so some of the prices are lower than they usually are, but that's okay. So list of games we can get, some of the ones in here that catch my eye: Goat Simulator, Stellaris, Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, Witcher 2, Stronghold Crusader 2, Dungeons 2, Shadow of Mordor, Orcs Must Die, Dungeon Siege 3. All games probably most people wouldn't mind having. Well, let's see if we got any of those games as we go through. No free games, no DLC. Now, if you remember, when I placed the order with Gamestarg, it says in their ad, well, it takes 1 to 2 hours to send. Well, I waited 1 hour, I waited 2 hours, I didn't hear from them. I waited 24 hours, I hadn't heard anything. So I sent them a message and asked them what the heck was up. And about 8 hours later, they replied back with my keys. So it took maybe 30 plus more hours than what they said it would. Ooh, yeah, let's get Ord of the Rings. Yeah, that'd be a good one to get. Ord of the Rings. Okay, anyway, enough of me picking out their typos. Okay, so we got 5 of these. And we also got... picked the wrong one. This is what we got. So ignore this one. They're virtually the same. 3 random Steam keys. Buy with cryptocurrency, which I was not willing to do, and get 50% off. I paid cash. Lower price, higher price is guaranteed when purchasing. No free games, no DLC. 1 to 2 hours to send. We know that's a lie. Took a day, and then I had to bug them to get my keys. So we're going to start this off with the 3x3 random Steam CD key pack. So you'll see those first, and then after the 9th game, you will see, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You'll see right about here, these are the 5 premium keys. So 9 random Steam keys, 5 premium Steam keys. Just keep that in mind. I'll try to remember when we get to about here. I'll remind you. So anyway, here we go. Steam page. First game I got was Strider, which I was actually pretty happy to get. I played this game, well, I played the original of this game in the arcade. I played the PlayStation remake of this game, which looks like this, and it's a pretty good game. A little frustrating. I like the original mostly because I had the arcade machine, so that, you know, nostalgia, blah, 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 whatever. Strider returns in a brand new adventure, complete with incredible side-scrolling action and lightning-fast combat, and all in a massive interconnected world. Download the full game February 19th and become the original assassin. So there's 19 players online right now, 28 peak today, and 839 all-time peak. And I already own this. I already played it. I like the game. Did not own it on Steam, though. One thing about Gamestarg is they do not send you the names of the keys that you're getting. They just send you the keys. So when you plug them in, that's when you find out what you got. So I probably would have passed on this one and given it away, but I didn't have it in Steam, so it went ahead and activated it. Sorry, guys. Next game on my list, Citizens of Earth. As the newly elected vice president of the world, it's your job to save the Earth by recruiting friends, family, and the local townsfolk. A true politician would never get his own hands dirty, after all. So, we have to save the Earth. 18 online now, 30 peak today, 311 all-time peak. Never heard of this game before, so I can't really say anything about it. Looks like a pretty standard RPG Maker game. Next game on the list, Zeno Clash 2. Oddly enough, I have Zeno Clash 1. So getting Zeno Clash 2 was kind of funny because now I have both, but I've never played either one of them. Cat's story is far from over. I didn't even know he had a story. Zeno Clash 2 picks up where the deliciously brazen first game left off. After 4 years of waiting, the sequel of the surreal first-person brawler brings more variety in combat and levels, and even more bizarre storytelling in the beguiling world of Xenozoic. 7 online now, 16 peak today, 448 all-time peak. And I get this information from steamdb.info. I've attached my account to there, so it gives me additional information about statistics on games. Pretty handy to have. Next game, Speedrunners. Cutthroat multiplayer running game that pits 4 players against each other, locally and or online. Run, jump, swing around, and use devious weapons and pickups to knock opponents off screen. One of the most competitive games you'll ever play. Okay. 428 online now, 561 peak today, 17,212 all-time peak. I guess it really was a challenging game to gather 17,212 people. But it's a little older. Looks like it's still being updated, though. Alrighty. Next game. Lichstone Battle Mage. Now, I've been fascinated with this game for a long time, but for some reason I've never been able to convince myself to buy it. There's always been something that I really wanted more every time I went looking for it, so I'm kind of glad I got it, but I'm kind of split on this one. I don't know what about it appeals to me, but I've always wanted to have it. I just never got it. So now I have it. I can decide what to do with it. Play the first game where the mage is a total badass. No, I think the first game where the mage is a total badass was Gauntlet. 15 online now, 24 peak today, 868 all-time peak. Of course, that's relative. Next game on our list, Jurassic Park the Game. Experience brand new adventures set during the events of the first Jurassic Park movie and see new areas and dinosaurs in this landmark adventure 65 million years in the making. 12 online now, 21 peak today, 371 all-time peak. Next on the list, Homefront. The Rock Map Pack is now available. Join the resistance, stand united, and fight for freedom against an overwhelming military force. 39 online now, 98 peak today, 7,206 all-time peak. Now, I think we are... Nope, got two more, I think. Yep, two more. Next on our list, Deponia, the complete journey. Junk, junk, and even more junk. Life on the trash planet Deponia is anything but a walk in the park. No surprise that Rufus had enough of that and hatches one ludicrous plan after another to escape this bleak place. 51 online now, 90 peak today, 788 all-time peak. Okay. I haven't played it, so I can't say whether it's good or bad, but it's got a lot of good reviews and quite a number of people playing it. Kind of reminds me of those old Sierra adventures a little bit. Next on the list is Anna's Quest. With her telekinesis, unorthodox use of torture instruments, and a knack of improvisation and the help of a shady fox, she makes her way from the peaks of Glass Mountains to the deepest dungeon. A little girl who's telekinetic and uses torture instruments? I'm not really sure why that's a thing. But it is. 16 online now, 31 peak today, 159 all-time peak. Alright, so now we are on to the premiums. So the next 5 games are from the premiums. The previous games are from the regular. First one on the premium, Walking Dead Season 2. Walking Dead Season 2 continues the story of Clementine, the young girl orphaned by the undead apocalypse. Left to fend for herself, she has been forced to learn how to survive in a world gone mad. 223 online now, 347 peak today, 18,627 all-time peak. So obviously this is a very popular game. I didn't play the first one, don't have season 1, don't watch the series, never been my thing. So, I don't know. Yeah, I know, blasphemy. I don't watch Walking Dead. So sue me. Next on the list, Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell. Join Johnny Gat and Kinsey Kensington as you tear apart hell in a quest to save the boss's soul. Historical icons, old friends, older enemies, a talking gun, and a full-length musical number, and a whole lot more shenanigans await. You know, I almost want to play Saints Row simply because I can't play GTA. Just because I want to play a game like this, something totally outrageous and out there, but I can't play GTA, so can't do that. But hey, I can play Saints Row. 93 online now, 162 peak today, 5,827 all-time peak. I actually think we have most of them. Let me look at this bundle really quick. It'll tell me what I'm missing. Only thing I'm missing is the Bloodsuckers pack, Unlockable pack, bunch of DLC basically. Since they're a little DLC crazy. But hey, I could do the whole series. You know, I've never played it. I own the whole thing, but I've never played it. It's a story for another discussion. Anyway, Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell. Next, Livelock. Livelock is a cooperative top-down shooter where you play solo or with up to 2 allies to break the cycle of infinite war between machines by waging more war. As one of the remaining capital intellects, your role is to unlock Eden and revive humanity. 1 online now, 9 peak today, 229 all-time peak. Next on our list, Warhammer End Times Vermintide, where you get to be a rat. Vermintide is an epic cooperative action combat adventure set in the end times of the iconic Warhammer fantasy world. Kind of funny that they're already in the end times. Figured they'd milk this series a long longer. 2176 online now. 2811 peak today. 24,700 all-time peak. This game's been out a little while. Couple of years. Apparently still popular. And the final game in our premiums was Ultra Street Fighter 4. If you don't know what Street Fighter is, I don't know why you're watching my videos. It's a game. You should know all about Street Fighter. 182 online now, 255 peak today, 5,547 all-time peak. So, how does this all pan out? As always, we go through, and as you're looking, let me go back to October. So these are the games we got in October. And you can check out the spreadsheet as easy as I did right here because the link is in the description down below. Just go check it out. But these are the games we got, the first part. So these are our totals right here of the games we got, and that is what we spent. Well, I continued it to this week, so here's November. And we'll go over and summarize. All right, so Strider, and notice there's no amount paid up here, so it's not going to skew November, except it's going to make November look a lot better than it really is. Just include these with the end of October's. Gamestarg.mx. So the first one we got, Strider. Strider's $14.99 on Steam, 58 cents on Kinguin, and 48 cents on G2A. Now, I always do a price comparison to compare the price on Steam currently as I make the video, whether it's on sale or not, the price on Kinguin that I could find it on at an average medium price, and the price on G2A at an average medium price. What is also the suggested price. So those two give me what you got. So next on the list, Citizens of Earth, $2.99 on Steam, 48 cents on Kinguin, 51 cents on G2A. Zeno Clash 2, $2.99 on Steam, 48 cents on Kinguin, 45 cents on G2A. Next, Speedrunners, $7.49 on Steam, not available on Kinguin at this time, and $2.39 on G2A. Lichtenstein Battle Mage was $39.99 on Steam, for some ungodly reason still, $2.05 on Kinguin, and $1.51 on G2A. I'm not saying it's a bad game, it's just been out a while, and I don't think it could hold a $40 price tag that long. It's probably more a $20 game. Jurassic Park, $19.99. Kinguin was $1.47, and G2A $1.22. Homefront is currently $19.99 on Steam, $3.51 on Kinguin, and $2.84 on G2A. Deponia, $19.99 on Steam, $3.51 on Kinguin, $2.84 on G2A. I think I just said that. Anna's Quest, $4.99 on Steam, $1 on Kinguin, 79 cents on G2A. Walking Dead Season 2 is $7.49 on Steam, $5.52 on Kinguin, and $5.21 on G2A, which really speaks volumes for how much it's retained its value if it's still almost $6 on the resale sites. Saints Row, Get Out of Hell, and that does not have an apostrophe on it, so I need to get rid of that before I forget. It's $3.74 on Steam, $2.34 on Kinguin, and $2.67 on G2A. Next on our list was $19.99, LiveLock, $19.99 on Steam, $5.87 on Kinguin, and $3.12 on G2A. And Warhammer End Times Vermintide was $7.49 on Steam, $4.43 on Kinguin, and $3.94 on G2A. Ultra Street Fighter 4 is $29.99 on Steam, $5.16 on Kinguin, and $4.99 on G2A. Which brings our Steam total for this week, $202.11 if we would have purchased all these games individually. On Kinguin, it would have been $33.95 minus the one game that didn't have if we bought them individually. And it would have been $31.05 on G2A if we would have bought them individually. Now, most of these games probably wouldn't be a bad buy individually, but as a whole, these are probably not the games I'm looking for right now, but that's okay. Preference is subjective. If this list would have been perfect for you, that's what you would have spent if you'd have gone out and bought them. So, like I said, remember to combine the last week in November's video with this video to come up with the totals, and it'll get summarized eventually in the year-end summary that'll be coming up in December when we end this project. But hey, we still got a little bit more time. We've got the rest of November, all of December, and maybe in December we'll do a couple of other videos. If you got a site you want me to try, drop it in the description. The thing that keeps getting asked is the G2A loot boxes, and I have not had an opportunity to do those yet, mostly because I don't want to spend $10 to get a game I already have that sucks. So I'm looking for one that has more likelihood I'm going to get a game I at least don't have, and then we'll try that one. But it wasn't high on my priority list, but we'll see, because they keep adding new ones. I'm still waiting for a good one that suits what I'm looking for, because when I own 8 of the 15 games in the list that it has, I know I'm going to get one of those, and most of the games that I'm seeing that I already own aren't very good. So that's okay. I do intend to give it a shot. I just haven't had a chance to do the loot boxes on G2A yet, but I'm working on it. Anyway, that's it for now. But so where was I going with that? If there's a site you want me to try, this Gamestarg site was suggested that I try it, so I did. If there's one you want me to try, drop me a link in the description, and I will be happy to try to check it out before the end of the year. But at the end of the year, I am ending this because this has been absolutely ridiculous doing this for 1 year. But hey, that's what I do, the ridiculous. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and definitely check out the rest of the series. Check out the spreadsheet. You can see everything going back all the way to January that we've gotten all organized. Even though I wasn't putting the sites we went to, I think I started that in July. But you got the amounts paid in there, and we're going to do the monthly summaries, and then we're going to summarize the entire year at the end of this. So I got a little bit of accounting work to do on it, but we'll get there. But hey, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.